Hi guys, welcome to the Savvy Man Show, me host Sean. I responded to Graham Stephan's video about Bank, which is more a bit about how it was inspired by premium bonds and how he went into a crowdfund for it. And I've done videos on crowdfunding before. I'll do another one later. And then I responded to Paul Briscoe's on emergency fund and premium bonds. And this is my video about emergency fund. Hope you find it interesting. It may be a bit controversial. However, I don't want to be without an emergency fund. I don't think anyone should. At the same time, I understand people want to be all in on stocks or investments. So I don't judge anyone who doesn't have one. Some people see stocks as the emergency fund, but I don't want to be in a position where I want to sell at a loss. Don't get me wrong, I have sold at a loss, but only because I've known I can recoup that. For instance, my Tsla capital, I have, I didn't expect Palantir to come down so much. My Tsla capital, I will make 25 cents a share dividend. I will then sell that. I will put into ABV, and I will make enough from ABV dividend to cover the loss with the Tsla capital dividend and the ABV dividend. And I still think ABV is a discount at the moment and good value. So that is my plan with Tsla capital. Anyway, I'm going to show. I have, every week I put money into a credit union. My one is ComSafe. You have to be employed in a certain industry to be able to. If anyone is in one of those industries, let me know and I'll give you a referral. I am a ComSafe rep, and basically every year at the AGM they vote on the dividend. Every year they vote on the dividend, and past couple of years it's been 2.25%. Now in the bank I'll only get 0.1%. I also get a say on what happens. It's a not-for-profit company. They also have a prize saver account, which means every pound in that account I still get the dividend, but for every pound up to £200 gets entered into a raffle for £5,000 each month, which is run by the government to encourage people to get into the credit unions. Now, there are also other benefits of being in a credit union as well. I get instant withdrawals. It comes straight from my wages. So whenever I get a pay rise, I haven't had one for a couple of years, but if I do, I put that pay rise into the credit union. So if I could live off a certain amount, say £100 before the pay rise, and then I get a £10 pay rise, I put an extra £10 in the credit union each week, so because I can still live off the £100 after the pay rise. And That's how I build up my emergency account. Now, I said there were other ways. Now, I have had a small amount. I had £100 in premium bonds from when I was 16. I haven't won a penny. I didn't expect to win a penny. It was bought for me as a gift, and it was more a case of, yeah, let's see if you're lucky. Don't expect you to win anything, but good luck, you know. And that £100 has depreciated over time, and it was more like, rather than buying 50 weeks of lottery tickets, you know, you've got the same chance of winning $1 million. And don't forget to hit that lovely like button, almost as lovely as me. Helps with the YouTube algorithm and getting the video out to more people. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Become part of the Saving Money Show family. We give each other hints and tips and updates about stocks and shares we talk about on the show. As well as that, you can ask me to look into any share you want, and I don't charge a Discord fee or ask for a Patreon. All I do ask is for you to comment in the box below and hit the like button. Even if you disagree with me, especially if you disagree with me, I like a debate. And if I do something wrong, I want you to call me on it so I can improve the channel. And why not check out the links in the description below? There's lots of others. I've used each one of them myself. I wouldn't give you links if I haven't checked them out myself. If you're looking for a free trading platform which should trade your stocks and shares, you know, you can get a free share worth up to £200 for signing up and depositing a small amount. A free trade only requires a £1 deposit. The others require £100 or dollars, depending on which one you go for. Stake has over 3,500 US stocks on their books, which is the biggest one outside of the US. Whereas Trading 212 is one of the best and easiest platforms to use. But as I said, I use all three. Anyway, on with the show. Now, I'm not against people having emergency funding premium bonds, but the money depreciates. It's like having in the bank, except bank you get 0.1%. I understand people feeling, well, then you don't have to buy a lottery ticket every week. I understand that, but with a lottery ticket the odds are better, so there is that. And the way I see it is, with a credit union, the dividend I get, I'm better off having in a credit union and using the dividend to buy a lottery ticket. But at the moment I don't have to, because I get in in the prize saver draw, although the prize saver draw is just £5,000. But that's £5,000 a month, which if I won every month, and there are 5 prizes of that each month, if I won one of those a month, it would be 60 grand a year. Although I don't expect to win that any month, but it's free. Anyway, now we go on to my next emergency fund. Now, when my son was born, I set up a bank account for him, and I ruffled a few family feathers by saying, we've got enough stuff for him. You know, people are giving us enough stuff, like second-hand stuff. And some of my family were, but we want to buy him something new. I said, it's a waste of money, he'll grow out of it quickly. You know, if you want to give him something, the money you would have spent on him he won't know anyway, put into his bank account. It will do him a lot more good than, you know, buying him something new that he'll grow out of in a month or two. And that money has helped build up a pot for him. He probably has more money than me, but the fact is, he gets a high interest rate because he's a child. It's tax free. Keep an eye on it. Lawyers try to tax it. I took out a complaint using their own terms and conditions. They tried to get around it. You pulled out their contract, and I charged them over it. So the fee went straight into his account. And because they were breaching banking terms and conditions, the compensation they paid me went straight into his account. So again, he's earning high interest. Now, again, I took out regular saving accounts for both my kids, where once a month, I pay £100 which is the maximum, into each of them. At the end of the year, they get an interest of 3% on it. 3.5%. And then it goes into another child's account in their name, which is 2.2%. Because the children's accounts have been affected as well by the interest rate. It used to be a lot more. Now, why do I do this rather than my own account? There are a few reasons. Number one, no one knows what's going to happen today. The stock market has proven that. President Trump's has proven that. I could drop down dead tomorrow. I could get hit by a bus. Hopefully I don't. Now, I've done a video on inheritance tax law and inheritance tax, difference between inheritance and estate. You might want to check some of them out. It's in their name. It doesn't come off of their inheritance tax. They don't get taxed on it. They don't have to worry about going through inheritance. So it's theirs. Once they hit 18, they can access it. It is technically theirs. And I'm fine with that. I'm building up for their future. Why would I be? I've got to shell out for their university. I've got to shell out for their car or whatever. You know, and I'll be getting a low interest. No. I'll do something like this. Emergency fund shouldn't be for plumbing. Shouldn't be for you've got boiler broken. Emergency fund should be suddenly your job's come up and said, we're closing the plant, you're out of work, we haven't got enough money to pay you, you're gone. And that is why. So basically, my son and daughter don't get inheritance taxed on the inheritance. They can access it when they reach a certain age. Number two, they get a higher interest rate. They get a lot higher. They get almost 30 times higher. Number three, I have control of it until they're 18. So they can't go but spending it on sweets or anything. Number four, if I did need access to it, I could transfer it into my account in an instant. So if there was an emergency, I could transfer it back. But I wouldn't unless I need to. If, I'm ready for all the things saying, it's not. setting up for my kids' future. But if there is an emergency, like I lose my job, and if that happens, I will go on my own savings before I touch this. However, it is there in case I need it. And I think if you have kids, it's the right thing to do. I've done some videos about how to get free stuff as kids. I don't know if they're still up. I've had a few videos taken down because a few people have reported some of these things. Don't know why people found fault with them, but someone seems to have found exception to one of my videos. Mainly, I mean, I'm an Apple shareholder, but mainly when I said once I said if Apple kind of had a bad time and it slumped, or if Amazon or Google did all, or two of the FAANG stocks did at the same time, it could cause a crash because they have such a high weight in the index. Someone went through reporting a load of my videos, so I don't know if all of them are still up. Basically, if you have kids under 5, you can go and register for 1 year free life insurance. It's basically so they can get you on the books and call you up. But however, and it's only for about £1,000 or £2,000. But say for instance your kid's 4 or 5, there's about 16-20 companies that do it. So if you've got a kid who's 4 or you've got a kid who's 5, you can sign up for 8 companies. That's £8,000 free life insurance. Why pay for Meet Kevin's life insurance company when you can get £8,000 free life insurance free? Only for 1 year. But if you've got a kid who's 1, then you can go with £3,000 to £4,000 worth of cover for 4 or 5 years. Why not? It's there. Use it. Doesn't cost you anything. There's plenty of other tips as well, and there's plenty of other offers where you can sign up for free things, or companies, free clubs, free baby clubs, and the companies will send you free stuff. Anyway, I'd be interested to know what you guys have as your emergency fund. Do you have any? I know there are some people who don't have any because they prefer to average in, and they think an average fund is for if there's a crash. But an average fund isn't just for if there's a crash, it's for if you lose your job. But the thing is, I understand going all in. It wasn't going to drop anymore. I actually thought it was going to drop another 10% at the time. And anyone who tells you they know where the bottom is, or they know where the top is lying. So don't believe anyone who does, even me. I've been lucky lately. I've sold SHLL at 50, bought Hylian back at 40. But that's because of different circumstances. I needed the money to go in and activate my plan with other stocks, and I had made my money. So well, it was coming to the merger. I knew post-merger Spaqs usually drop. I still believe in the company. I was planning to buy after the drop, and then it did the merger. All of a sudden, thing with President Trump happened, which brought it down to 44. The merger happened. That Robinhood mucked up with the price action, so people were staying away. Webull didn't have it on their app, so you had people selling but people not buying. You know, so things like that. Tsla, I sold at 440. Not all of it. I have some which I have in my long-term account, some which I have in my trading account. There's a couple of shares I had in my trading account I sold at 440. I was regretting it when the numbers came out, and thought I made a big mistake. And then I bought them back up at 415. But it could easily have gone the other way. The reason I sold at 440, because it has a resistance of 450 at the moment. If it breaks up resistance, it can go anywhere. Now, but I don't know where the bottom is. I can assume, I can give my opinion, but I'm just some idiot on the internet. It's the same with this, with my emergency fund. There's no right or wrong way. Paul Briscoe is putting, and you should check his channel out. He's fairly good. He does I like him. He's like me, but his channel is a bit more cleaned up. He puts his money in premium bonds. I think the money depreciates because you're not earning anything, but at the same time, you've got a chance of winning. He may win £1 million, and then he's proved me wrong. But you never know. As I said, I've had money in premium bonds for 30 years, not won a penny. So, do I keep it there? Well, that's the funny thing. Why don't I let you guys decide? Do I keep my money in premium bonds, or do I take it out and put it in something else? Leave a comment in the box below, and I will go with what the majority of people say. Okay? Comment in the box below. Do I leave the money I got as a gift at 18 in premium bonds, or is it time after 30 years to take the money and put them in something else so it can start earning money rather than depreciation? Anyway, that's all for now. Don't forget to hit the like button, comment and subscribe. You don't want to leave the decision up to some idiot on the internet, do you? See you in the next video. Goodbye.